Dear students and listeners, you are welcome to iTech PD's Pre-Internship Seminar. I am Cornelia Echampoma, your coordinator in charge of UEW's Student Internship Program. I'm to speak to you on the current structure of UEW's Student Internship Program. This presentation will be on the following outline. Introduction, background, need for extended teaching practice, current UEW internship structure, activities in UEW student internship program, before, during, and after, recommendation, and conclusion. Introduction. The University of Education, Winneba, that is UEW, was established as a teacher education university to train teachers for all levels of education in Ghana and beyond. As a result, teacher education became an important component in the university's mandate. Then, what is teacher education? According to Oscar Wilde, education is what begins when one leaves school. And it is true that after leaving school, if there appears nothing new in one's life, it means he hadn't been educated. Upon this view, I defined teacher education as what and how one teaches when one leaves a teacher training institute. But for a person to be able to teach after leaving the teacher training institute, he must have acquired both the content and pedagogical knowledge in the teaching profession. For example, a person may be able to solve all quadratic equations, that is the content knowledge. But the question is, will he be able to transfer this knowledge to learners? Or can he help the unknown to acquire this knowledge of solving quadratic equations? There arises the essence of pedagogical knowledge in teaching. Background. So for teacher educational institutions to be able to help their pre-service teachers acquire the pedagogical knowledge in teaching, teaching practice became part of their system of training. And this teaching practice was termed off-campus teaching practice in the universities. In the off-campus teaching practice model, students spent about 90% of their training period on the on-campus learning and about 10% for the off-campus teaching practice. Also, students taught for only assessment, and they were assessed by their lecturers only. The University of Education Winneba previously used the off-campus teaching practice to train her students. Need for extended teaching practice. It was in 1999 that a committee set by the university's management came out with a proposal that for UEW to be able to fulfill her mission to train competent professional teachers, then field internship will be better than off-campus teaching practice. And with immediate acceptance, the university changed her system of training to a 3-year on-campus learning and a 1-year field internship. The first batch of students who did field internship in UEW were the 2002 and 2003 academic year students. Then, what is field internship? First, internship is a practical training similar to apprenticeship. That is, the situation whereby a person or a less experienced person will be under the control, guidance, and training of a more experienced person. And the more experienced person is termed the mentor. The less experienced person called the mentee. And one doing internship is known as an intern. Field internship. Field internship means doing internship in one's field. For example, for a pre-service mathematics teacher to do a field internship, it means he has to do the practical training in mathematics teaching. Field internship structure. There are several structures for field internship because different organizations build their own structure for their field internship. So, this presentation will be focused on the current structure for UEW's field internship. Current UEW internship structure. In UEW, our field internship is called Student Internship Program. And this program usually comes off in the 7th semester for a duration of 1 semester. And as an institute for teacher training, for our students to do field internship, it means they have to do their practical training in schools or classrooms. So upon this, there are some schools in Ghana who agreed with the university to permit her students use their classrooms, students or pupils for their practical training. And at present, there are over 1,500 schools in Ghana who are in partnership with UEW for her internship program. And for a school to be in partnership with the university for her internship program, the head must apply to the university. And in almost every academic year, there arrives some applications from schools in ITech PD's office. Activities done in our field internship. There are several activities, some done before, some during, and others after our internship program. So first, activities before field internship. The main activities that are done before our field internship are first, student placement, pre-internship seminar, workshop, internship document distribution, and collecting internship documents. Taking it one at a time, let's look at the student placement. In every academic year, ITech PD, that is the Institute for Teacher Education and Continued Professional Development, address and mail to the heads of our partnership schools request forms on which appear all the subjects or the teaching subjects done in the University of Education. Then the heads indicate on the form the subject areas and number of interns that vacancies may exist in their school for practical training and mail it to ITech PD's office best before December. ITech PD, on receiving, compile, print, and advertise the school's request to level 300 students in the 6th semester. Then the students, upon their own choices, write their names against the schools that they prefer to do their internship. ITech PD use assurance letters to cater for students who may fall outside the school's requests. In this case, the student contacts the heads of the schools, and in agreement, the head will give to the student an assurance letter that the student will bring to the ITech PD office. Pre-internship seminar. In every academic year, ITech PD organize a seminar with the level 300 students and use this seminar to educate them on the UEW student internship program. The pre-internship seminar usually comes off in the 6th semester, but before the advertisement of the school's requests. Workshop. In every academic year, July, August, ITech PD organizes a workshop for partnership schools heads or new untrained mentors. The arrangement of the workshop is usually 1 week per group and may last for a duration of 3 to 5 weeks, depending on the number required to be trained. All partnership school heads are to be trained because almost all communications relating to the internship fall between the heads of the school and the ITech PD's office. The training for the mentors is used to cater for the new recruitment and transfer of teachers in the education system every academic year. Distribution of internship documents. What are internship documents? Internship documents are introductory letter, intern record book, and bank details form. An introductory letter is the letter that the university used to introduce to the heads of the schools a true qualified level 400 student placed in his or her school for practical training. And this letter is signed by the registrar of the University of Education, Winneba. This means any introductory letter not signed by the registrar of UEW is not a true introductory letter from the university. The intern record book, usually called the yellow book, is a book that has several categories in it to be used by several people for several purposes. The people who use this book are the head of the school, mentor, supervisor, who is a lecturer from the University of Education, and the intern. The mentors usually keep the yellow book or the intern record book because they use a greater portion of the book. The bank detail form. The bank detail form is an item that the university used to get the details of heirs and mentors to enable her pay them their allowances after the program. So in every academic year, ITech PD produce and distribute to all departments in all campuses this document for field internship. ITech PD also produce and distribute to the departments student placement lists. Collecting internship documents. In September every academic year, that is before schools reopen, qualified level 400 students who have paid their level 400 fee come to the campus with the receipt of their level 400 fee paid and then in their department, they are served the documents for internship. After taking the document, the student sign on the student placement list to confirm his or her registration for the internship for that academic year. So it is only students who fulfill these actions that are recognized as true interns for an academic year in ITech PD's office. Activities done during field internship. First, the Heads Act. The head of the school receives all internship documents from an intern and welcome an intern in his school. The head also appoints for the intern a mentor. A mentor is supposed to be an experienced professional teacher in the intern's area. For example, it is an experienced professional teacher in mathematics who is supposed to be the mentor for an intern in mathematics teaching. The head then gives to the mentor the intern record book. The head supervises both mentor and mentee throughout the course. He also fill, endorse, and mail to ITech PD office the bank detail form as early as possible. Then, in a formal way, it is the head of the school who informs ITech PD any issue relating to the intern during the internship, such as change of school or health problem. Mentors Act. The mentor guide, control, and train the mentee in all areas of responsibility for the teacher in the teaching profession. This means the training and assessment of the mentor does not focus on only the classroom teaching, but it extends to all responsibilities such as lesson notes writing or conducting assembly. The mentor again assists mentee in his project work. Then the mentor, in at least 3 IRB3 sheets in the record book, assess the student before the course ends. Now, from this, I believe the students, you can imagine who your mentor should be. Interns Act. The mentee observe and learn from his or her mentor throughout the course. Then the intern also do his project work whilst on field. Intern further build his portfolio before the course ends. ITech PD's Act. ITech PD usually produce and supply to all departments the final student placement lists. And this list is created from the placement list that the students sign in their department when taking their internship documents. ITech PD also allocate days for supervision to the lecturers for their supervision assignments. Supervisors Act. The supervisor visits and assess interns in their internship schools, and their assessment also appears in an IRB3 sheet also found in the intern record book. Activities after failed internship. Interns Act. After the internship, the intern show his appreciation to the school and leave the school. Mentors Act. After the program, the mentor writes a timely report about the mentee on an IRB 6 sheet found in the intern record book, and then deliver the intern record book to the head of the school. Heads Act. After the program, the head fill and endorse an IRB 7 sheet also found in the record book. Then attach it to the IRB 3 and IRB 6 sheets filled by the mentor. Then in a single envelope, mail it to ITEC PD's office best before Christmas, sometimes with a covering letter. Please note, documents for more than 2 students must be mailed in a single envelope. But the documents for Kumasi students are to be mailed to the Kumasi campus. Those for the Mampong students to Mampong campus, and that for Winneba and Ejumakun students in a single envelope mailed to the Winneba campus. Supervisors Act. The supervisor, after the program, usually summarize their evaluations on a summary sheet, then present them in the ITEC PD office as early as possible. They fill and sign on a presentation form in the ITEC PD office to declare their submission of evaluations. ITEC PD's Act. In every academic year, the heads, mentors, and supervisors who participate in the UEW student internship program and their documents or their approved documents reach ITEC PD's office on due time are paid some allowances. The heads allowance. The heads allowance was improved in 2017 and 2018 academic year as a result of a proposal that I, Cornelia Echampoma, wrote to the Vice Chancellor through the Director and Deputy Registrar of ITEC PD. And this improvement is in use from 2017-2018 till date. So now the heads allowance is in direct proportionate with the number of interns. That means the more interns in the school, the more the heads allowance. The mentors allowance remains the same since 2015-2016 academic year till date. The supervisors' claims are in accordance with the number of nights and the distance traveled for their supervision assignments. So ITEC PD, based on the data that appeared on the approved documents that arrive in her office on due time, create and submit to the academic board the interns evaluations for the student internship program. Based on these same data, ITEC PD produce and submit to the finance a honorarium for heads and mentors allowance. Also, ITEC PD use the approved data to also approve and submit to the finance office supervisors' claims. Finally, the finance office pay all allowances and claims. So it is after the payment by finance office that declares the end of the student internship program for UEW. Recommendation. Teaching is so complex a profession because, apart from the classroom teaching, professional teachers have many other specified duties, as well as essential administration to maintain the organization of the school. Campbell and Neal, 1994. Bonham and Gray also testify that teachers' identities emerge more gradually on the basis of their embeddedness in concrete work situations. Some partnership school heads also make some comments about the duration of UEW's student internship program in the 2015-2016 academic year. Here comes some of the comments. 1. The 3 months is too short a time for adequate experience. 2. 3 months is not sufficient enough for any intern to experiment any meaningful academic work. 3. The reason being that most students lack teaching techniques and must stay on for intensive skills in teaching. 4. And the last. By the time the intern gets to know the school environment better, is the time he will be preparing to return. Therefore, in accordance with these references and comments from the heads, it is recommended that the current UEW student internship program duration is extended to 6 calendar months. Thank you for listening to this presentation, and God bless you all. Goodbye.